I don't like this at all. I don't like the look of what college basketball has become. I don't like the method of operation. All of a sudden, the first words that flashed into my mind this morning, because the storyline is San Diego State, who thought they were in on a whole bunch of bigs, have lost them all. And the words that flashed to my mind were soldiers of fortune. These transfer portal guys are standing out there on the street corner with their hand out. Pay me.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State at one point was in on 5 bigs. 4 of them have gone other places for paydays. And the 5th one is still visiting schools, and he's played for 4 different schools already.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the landscape of college basketball. I don't like the transfer portal. And all of a sudden, this is all about money. And this has always been my private concern, even as the conversation, San Diego State, Pac-12 conference. Were they going to come up with the money to be a player in the NIL? Because everybody's got bucks except the mid-majors.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State, even if it winds up in the Pac-12, will still be a mid-major. And the guys that run the Mesa Foundation, which finances the NIL, openly admit they don't know where some of this other money is going to come from if there's a step up. So I really thought the Aztecs had a chance at Graham Ike from Wyoming, the big 6'9" jumping jack center. He wound up at Gonzaga. I thought they had a real chance at a 7-1 center. Nevada, he wound up going to the Big 12 conference. I thought they had a real kick at the can at this kid, Will Washington. He's a San Diegan. He's been all over the place, most recently at Arizona State, before that Nevada, before that Oregon State. And all of a sudden, coming home isn't important as much as coming to get a payday. And now he's talking to Texas Tech and TCU. Aztecs are kind of getting stung here. And I go back to my word. I just don't like this, quote, soldier of fortune thing that I see going on in college basketball. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're wrong. Because I like this. These guys have been, they're playing ball. They're attracting all these people to these arenas. Think of the eyeballs that were watching the Aztecs all the way through the tournament. There's a lot of money on the table. And these players, I don't think, are really getting the proportion that they deserve. So now that this thing is transformed, yeah, like old school guys are like, hey, what's going on? This is supposed to be amateur athletics. I like that they're getting paid, but San Diego State needs to figure out a way. It seems like when they constructed this Mesa Foundation, they tried to do it so it was equitable. Now, I think it was equitable across the board for the basketball players, but is it equitable across all sports, all genders, all players?
It is, from what I'm led to believe. Everybody gets $2,000 a month.
And see, if they spread it out $2,000 a month for football and baseball and women's volleyball and golf, I mean, they're going to be at a huge disadvantage going up against these Big 12 teams that will cherry pick and pay this guy $500,000 and that athlete $200,000.
It's a mess. You're just said in very kind fashion that I'm old school, out of touch. Okay, I accept that analysis and that critique, but I'm sorry, I just don't like this soldier of fortune stuff going on in college athletics. On we go.